Thousands of at-risk Omaha children will once again feel the benefit of city dollars that set up their athletic programs through the city.
Omaha's Police Athletics for Community Engagement, or PACE program, was under a cloud after the program's former director and others were arrested and convicted for mishandling the organization's funds.
That cloud is lifted, and John Chapman is live in the newsroom with news of how the city is now back in the game. They're helping fund the program again, right, John?
That's right, Brian. Because of the scandal linked to the PACE program, Omaha Mayor Jean Stothert had serious concerns about handing over more taxpayer money to the program. But the mayor pointed out PACE helped so many children. And after talking to officials with the program and the Omaha police chief, Mayor Stothert decided to once again give city dollars to the program. Omaha City Council President Pete Festerson also believes it's time to support the program. He tells us the council has money to keep the fields on the field.
I originally amended a budget back in 2017 that began the city's support for this program financially. That's now grown to about $100,000 per year in 2022. And it was appropriate to pause that funding until we got things figured out and put some more structure around it. But now I would support another $100,000 to that program in 2024, and we do have that capability financially.
Now, the mayor wants to provide $50,000 to the PACE program and has also invited the organization to apply for additional funding. On your side in the newsroom, John Chapman, 6 News.